As loyal as a dog language often borrows its wisdom from the animals who walk beside us. Some creatures are admired for cunning, others for courage, but one is celebrated for devotion above all, the dog. For thousands of years, we have looked into its eyes and seen loyalty steady, unwavering, and true. And so the phrase, as loyal as a dog, was born, a simple string of words carrying centuries of companionship. But this phrase is not just a comparison, it is a doorway into one of humanity's oldest and most profound relationships. The story of loyalty begins long before the idiom itself. More than 15,000 years ago, wolves drew near to human fires. Some stayed, choosing closeness over distance, safety over solitude. From these beginnings came the first domesticated dogs. They hunted alongside us, guarded our camps, and gave warmth on cold nights. In return, we offered food and shelter. Over time, wolves became dogs' partners in survival, protectors in the dark, companions in daily life. Archaeologists have found graves where humans and dogs were buried together, side by side. In Germany, a 14,000-year-old burial shows a man, a woman, and their dog laid to rest together, proof that even in death, the bond was honored. To our ancestors, the dog was not simply useful. It was a companion whose loyalty was sacred. By the time English speakers began to say as loyal as a dog, the reputation was already carved into memory. Farmers trusted dogs as tireless guardians of flocks, willing to fight off wolves or thieves. Hunters knew them as companions who never abandoned the chase. Families saw them as faithful watchers at the hearth, quick to sound alarm, but quicker still to give affection. To call someone as loyal as a dog was to offer the highest praise, to say that their devotion was unshakable, their presence certain, their bond unbroken. The idiom, however, holds layers. On one side, it speaks of warmth, a friend who never falters, a partner who remains true, a heart that stands by yours through storm and calm alike. But loyalty can also be bittersweet. A dog's devotion is unconditional, even when undeserved. History tells of dogs who waited for masters who never returned, who refused to leave their owner's grave, who starved rather than abandon their post. In this, the phrase reminds us both of love's power and of its vulnerability. To give oneself wholly, without question, is both a gift and a risk. Though our idiom is English, the symbol of the loyal dog is global. In Greek mythology, Argos, the hound of Odysseus, waited faithfully for 20 years until his master returned from war. Old and weak, Argos wagged his tail at the sight of Odysseus, recognized him instantly, and then peacefully died. His final act was one of loyalty. In Japan, the true story of Hachikō became legend. For 9 years after his master's death, Hachikō waited every evening at the Shibuya train station, hoping to see him return. Today, a statue stands where he kept his vigil, a reminder that loyalty can outlast life itself. In Chinese tradition, dogs have long been protectors of the home. Stone dogs were carved as guardians at gates, believed to bring prosperity and keep away harm. In many Native American tales, dogs were not only hunters and protectors, but also spiritual guides, bridges between the seen and unseen worlds, trusted because of their loyalty to the people. No matter the culture, the story is always the same. Where there is a dog, there is devotion. Beyond myth, history offers countless examples of canine loyalty. During wars, dogs carried messages, pulled the wounded to safety, and stayed with fallen soldiers until the end. In households, they became symbols of fidelity, so much so that in European art, a dog often appears at the feet of a bride, representing faithfulness and marriage. Even Shakespeare leaned on the image of the loyal dog. In The Two Gentlemen of Verona, a dog named Crab is depicted as comically loyal to his master, offering comic relief but also a reflection of constancy. The loyalty of dogs became so well recognized that the idiom itself needed no explanation. It was understood by everyone across time and class. Even today, as loyal as a dog remains alive in our language. We still say, he was as loyal as a dog, to honor someone whose devotion never wavered. It might describe a lifelong friend who stood by us when others walked away. It might praise a partner's unshakable faithfulness. It might even capture the quiet reliability of someone who simply shows up day after day without fail. And of course, the idiom continues to live because the dog itself continues to show us what loyalty looks like waiting at the door, following us from room to room, greeting us with joy, no matter how much or how little we deserve it. Why has as loyal as a dog endured when so many other phrases have faded? Because loyalty itself never loses its value. In a world that changes with every season, we still yearn for constancy. In friendships, in families, in love, we seek the devotion of one who stays. The dog embodies this longing perfectly. Its loyalty is uncomplicated, uncalculated, and absolute. And so the phrase survives just as the bond does, unchanged, unbroken, eternal. The idiom, as loyal as a dog, is more than words. It is a reflection of one of humanity's oldest and dearest bonds. It reminds us that true loyalty is not measured, but given freely. Not bargained for, but offered without condition. Thank you for walking this path of words with me. If this story of language touched you, I invite you to return again. A gentle tap on subscribe will keep these reflections close, bringing more idioms, more poetry, and more timeless wisdom to your days. Until next time, may you always know the comfort of loyalty faithful, enduring, as loyal as a dog.